Alright guys, welcome back. The next two videos are focused on systems of equations, and these are the most time-saving programs you have. These will save you more time than anything else, but they're also the hardest ones to use. Now, when it comes to systems of equations, you're going to have kind of two situations that you're going to find. Sometimes the test will just give you the system and say, hey, solve it. This is best case scenario, because if you open up your program list, this is a 2x2 system. You have two variables, two equations, so we're going to run the systems of equations 2x2. They're just going to say, hey, what are the values? So in our first equation, I'm going to let 3 be my A value, -5 be my B, 22 be C. And then I go to the second equation, and I can type in 1, 3, and -2. Those are just the numbers of the coefficients on the variables. It is worth mentioning, you must have both variables on one side with the number, the constant, off to the other side of the equal sign. If you don't have that, like I think there's an example in our packet here, yeah, like number 6, they have A isolated. If you want to use the program, you need to bring the B's over to the A to be able to use the program. But and if you have this format and you're able to just type it in, the calculator just snaps its finger, boom, done, easy peasy, no questions asked, there's your answers, call it a day. So super duper easy. The reason why it shows up twice is sometimes you're gonna have some answers with some really gross decimals and like fractions. The first one's gonna be the fraction version. The second one's gonna end up being, the first one's the decimal, the second one's the fraction if I remember correctly. But don't worry, it's meant to be repeated. Now, the thing I really want to focus on when I talk about systems of equations is not putting it to the calculator. That's ridiculously easy. The reason why this is the hardest program to use is because this is the program that you have to actually set up. You have to take the word problems and turn them into equations. And this is where like 90% of you guys are going to have some trouble. Now, I'm not going to dive into this like at depth right now. So if you need help with this skill, please talk to me when I see you again. But it can be boiled down to 3 types of equations that produce, that convert from word problems into equations. Let me give you a very quick little overview. The first one is what I would call a quantity equation. These are the simple or the obvious equations. Something like this might be, you could buy red and blue pens. You bought a total of 45 pens. So R plus B, red plus blue would equal 45. Again, super duper easy. They usually just add up to a total number of items. Pretty straightforward. The second one is like the medium difficulty ones to set up. These are value equations. Usually they deal with money or points or something like that. So an example might say they can sell premium movie tickets for $15 or regular movie tickets for $9. The theater made $4,300 from ticket sales. And then just that information alone is good enough to know there's an equation that says 15p, $15 for every premium ticket, plus 9R, $9 for every regular ticket, should make $4,300. So we have to be able to put that together using the value that we were given. That's the medium difficulty one. The hardest one that everybody always messes up is what we're going to call a relationship equation. And basically this is used to relate one quantity to another, and people just always flip-flop the order. So this is something we'll probably need to practice. If you have questions on it, just ask me and I'll help you with it. But an example might be, John studied 4 more hours for math than English. You might think that means, oh, 4 more math than English is 4 plus math, 4 plus M equals E. But that's not true. Think about it. If I study 4 more hours for math than English, my math should be bigger than English. So math is really the English number plus 4. So it's not a clear, obvious translation when you're doing a relationship equation. So just be aware of that. Again, I don't want to dive into that in this particular video. I wanted to show you guys the program. But knowing how to set these up is the hardest part of doing systems of equations. So I strongly recommend spend some time with your systems of equations packet and just try and set these problems up. I don't want you to see all the answers just yet, but we can always verify that. And then once you have them set up, it's super simple. Plug it into the calculator is going to spit out an answer. That part's crazy easy. But we'll go ahead and pause this one here. We're going to circle back with another video on systems of equations to show you what an example would look like if you had a 3x3 system. So See you guys in that one.